Hi. As I talked to you earlier today, I am in the hospital, so please excuse the way I look, excuse the hospital room. But I wanted to make sure I got this in. Critiquing. I went and reviewed several videos, and two that I'm going to critique. The first one is Leslie Nicholson. Um, as I watched her video, the one thing that really kind of struck me was when you're speaking to a group of people, you need to be able to pronounce your words where your audience can understand you. You need to slow down and talk slower. And I noticed with Leslie, she spoke very quickly at times. The words I be like was in her vocabulary a bunch. Um, if you're unable to speak in public, I know that I've looked into classes about how to make sure that I pronunciate my words correctly. I am from the South, so I do have a lot of words that people sometimes cannot understand. Um, I need to make sure that my Southern dialect doesn't come out when I'm talking. I don't want to say y'all and we be over there, or, going yonder. And I noticed with Leslie, the words I be like, she said and a lot. Every other word was and this and that. So those are the two things that I noticed that if I were her, I'd want to work on. She used a lot of hand gestures. She used a lot of, hitting on words, and making her tone be different. But the I be like and the using of and a lot needs to be kind of cut out of her vocabulary. And the other person, Stacey Harris, she was very boring to listen to. Um, Her video was almost 3 minutes, and it was the longest 3 minutes. She spoke about how she was a home health care person, and how she started her own company, and what that what that involves. And my understanding was we were supposed to give an encounter, and it was supposed to be funny and catching, and hers was not. I was very bored. Her tone was almost lifeless. And I hate saying that, but that's how I felt about Stacy. Was she didn't keep my attention. There was no hand gestures. She was very hard at times to understand, and she just didn't keep my attention. And when it all came down to it, I kind of lost focus with her. Now to critique myself, and as I'm sitting here talking to you, um, that word. um, I sat here and I'm looking at my pages, and I'm like, okay, do not say and I had wrote several things that I wanted to touch on. So I'm going to sit here, and I don't want to paraphrase and read my paper to you, but I'm going to kind of go through so that I'm not using the words and I'm not feeling like I'm not knowing what I'm talking about. In mine, I need to watch the word I need to make sure that as I am talking to my audience, they are captured, and that they understand what I'm trying to talk to them about, and that I sound intelligent. If I keep saying and those kind of words, it seems as though that I'm not prepared, and I want my audience to always believe that I am prepared for every speech that I give. the tone of my voice. I want to make sure that when I am touching on something that my tone either goes up a little bit or maybe it goes down depending on it. Hand gestures. I want to know that when I'm speaking with my hands, it's not too over the top. It's right on cue. And my eye contact. I do love to have eye contact with my audience. I feel as though it gives me a one-on-one advantage with them. That is what I have for the week. Again, I'm sorry for the hospital gown that keeps falling down, and I'm sorry that you had to be with me here this week. But I look forward to next week's class, and have a glorious day.